Hello everyone, welcome to our first live ever online webinar from the Desoutter Southeast Asia team. And today we are actually based in Thailand. So anyone from Thailand, I will say Sawadee-Kap. And anyone from Malaysia, Assalamualaikum, Selamat Tengah Hari. And from Indonesia team, I would like to say Selamat Siang. And yeah, so if everyone can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. You can type in the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. So today we would like to focus in one of our 5 red core products, which is the Nexonar positioning system. So before we start, I would like to introduce the presenter for today. So first, myself, my name is Yunus Mazlan. I'm the Senior Sales Engineer for Malaysia and Singapore market. And with me today, we have a special guest appearance. Please welcome Mr. Regional Product Manager.
Hello everyone, my name is Desoutter. I am in charge for Regional Product Manager for the Southeast Asia country. I'm from Thailand. Nice to meet you everyone to join our event today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Paul. So before we start, maybe we would like to give a brief overview what is Desoutter Industrial Tools all about. So we are actually based in France and we have customers more than 60 countries across the world. And every year we already delivered more than 100,000 tools. So actually this is a lot of tools we deliver every year. And we have more than 1,200 employees across more than 50 countries. Yeah, and we are actually born in 1914, so which means we already have more than 100 years of experience in the tightening assembly solution. And the most important things would be our revenue. So 9% of our profit we will reinvest again in the research and development. So this means you can expect a lot of innovation, a lot of new products that will suit your market needs. Okay, let's go into the Nexonar positioning system. So Paul, would you like to tell me what is Nexonar all about?
So I think that everyone would like to know what is the Nexonar. So I will explain what is the Nexonar as our topic today.
Yep.
So the Nexonar is waterproof full process control system. We are using the infrared tracking technology to tracking your tightening point, to tracking your tool position. And also we have the software is called the Assembly Scout to making your working sequence, so we can customize your working sequence in your assembly process. So, and then the system for the program and all the camera will integration together to control your working process. So this is the Nexonar product. So as you know, the Nexonar product we can bring to improve the assembly line.
Yep.
So could you tell me what is the benefit we can bring to your assembly process?
Yes, sure. So if you want to talk about the benefit, maybe I would like to rephrase the question again, is why we need the positioning system in the first place. So why we need this positioning system is because of the market demand. It's actually from the customer demand. It's from you guys' demand. So with positioning system, if you control everything from the beginning of your production, full error proofing system, at the end of your production line, there will be a reduced error, which means there will be a reduced rework. So when there's a reduce in reworks, you can save a lot of time, you can save a lot of cost as well. And one of the most important things is actually the benefits of Nexonar is there are no cables. If you can see here, the camera and the tools and the laser is all communicate through Wi-Fi system. So if there is less cable, you can expect a very safety working environment for your operator. And then apart from that, you don't need any other accessories like the positioning arms, like the encoders. So these kind of accessories sometimes might be challenging to install in your production line because it's a very customized solution. And with this encoders, without encoders, then you can expect a less maintenance in your production. Okay, so Paul, we keep talking about Nexonar. Actually, I still don't really get it. Maybe you can explain to us what are the components of the Nexonar.
So I would like to explain what is the Nexonar product is what consists of a lot of the accessory.
Yeah,
so I will explain the one by one. The first one is very important component that's called the live motion capture sensor. It will detect your tightening point. It will detect your positioning of your assembly tool. And so far we can detect on the moving action, and also that we can detect on the fixing part as well.
Okay.
And the next part is what's called the tracker. The tracker we will attach in the fixing part and also the moving part. We can adapt with the many applications. So it's really easy to adapt with the operator to attach on the growth of your operator to matching and keep the part, bring the part from the box and the tightening on the application. And the third part is what's called the software assembly scout, and the function of the assembly scout is will show the working step and working status which is we are create for your application.
Okay, so what Paul already explained to us is actually the mandatory part. Is just the compulsory parts. You must have it in order the Nexonar to function. So next, I would like to also give some overview about our optional parts for the Nexonar. First, we have on top of our station here, this the Z laser. If you can see here, this is a laser guidance system. So this one, it will project the laser straight to your parts, and it will guide your operator which part or which sequence they need to do in the process. Okay, and then in the second thing is actually we have this small controller CPU here. We call it a Connect Industrial Smart Hub. Yep. So for Connect Industrial Smart Hub, actually it can transfer the tightening data straight to your Connect. So whenever you do the tightening, all the torque, the angle, the speed, the operation procedure will be transferred live into this Connect Smart Hub. And then so Paul maybe already mentioned about the tracker here. We also have the tracker that can integrate with the tool as well. So this one is very easy. You can just plug and place the tracker. So when you plug and place the tracker, this will be detected. And then finally, we also have the teaching prop. So this teaching prop is actually one of the important components is the Nexonar. Why is it? Because with this teaching prop, you can do the teaching position, the initial setting for the Nexonar very easily, which we will show you now. So let's start to go with the production. We will show you some live demo first on how to do the teaching.
So as Yunus mentioned, this function of the teaching probe, we have to choose the system where is our working page with the software. So let's start how the teaching probe working.
Okay, so so we will start with using the teaching prop to teach the position. So first, before we start, we need to study about the reference point. So on the left side of your screen here, if you can see from the assembly scout, so we have reference number 1, 2, and reference number 3. So maybe Paul can quickly show us how we do it.
Every time before we start the working, so we have to create the reference point in your working page. So we have to create and make the reference point in your working page totally with the 3 points. But we are using this teaching probe to teach the software where we are working. So we will show on the screen, and everyone can see the parameter which is will running.
So you can see this turn green here, meaning that the teaching prop is already inside coverage of the camera. So I just can simply click set reference point. And then we can go to the reference number 2.
So after we move the teaching probe, the parameter in the bottom with the green color will moving. That means the teaching probe is brought in the working area of the sensor.
And the final teaching point.
So this is the last point, which is we would like to make for the reference point.
Okay.
So this is done how we have to teach the working space before we start to making the assembly process. So, and I would like to show the some sample for the tightening point, which is we have to teach all of the tightening point before we start the sequence. So on the first point, which is we would like to mention.
So point number 1, is it this one?
Yes, the point number 1. So after everyone see the indicator with the distance, so that means this was the probe was in the center point because before the event we already teaching the system where is the point number 1, where is the point number 2. So it was the distance is will be in the tolerance.
Okay.
So for every tightening point we have to teach.
Yep. So now we have go through the teaching prop, which is to do the initial setting and configuration. So next, we would like to show how the production is working with Nexonar system. So as Paul mentioned before, we have 2 types of main application of using the Nexonar. First is for pick and place using this tracker that you can attach to your glove, and second will be the tightening operation using Nexonar, which using the tool integrate with the tracker system. So let me show you in the Assembly Scout software. So we can select the program that we already function. And here, yeah, you can see that this actually is the operator guidance. It shows you to pick up the screw from box number 1, which Paul will further demonstrate.
Okay, as our scenario today, we are preparing to pick up the part from the box number 1, and after that we bring the part from the box number 2, and after that we will tightening on the assembly point totally with the 10 point. So I will follow the operator panel.
Yep.
So the first point we have to bring the part from the box number 1, and at the same time, all of you can see the laser guidance will guide to the box number 1.
Okay.
So it's very easy to follow up the working sequence by your operator. So I will pick up the part from the box number 1.
Okay.
And after that, the system says we have to pick up the part from the box number 2. So, and now the laser guidance was moved to the box number 2 already. So we can see it's very easy to follow up the working sequence. So I will pick up the part from the box number 2. So after that, we move to the tightening point. As we create today is totally with the 10 point. So we can see the yellow indicator on the tightening point on the first point.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, now the working laser was working on the first point already, and everyone can see the arrow was mentioned to the first point already. So it's very easy to follow up by your operator as well to tightening in the complex sequence.
Yep.
So as you can see, if we are out of the position, the tool will not workable. So that means we can guarantee all the tightening screw, it will tightening on the correct point. So I will start from the point number 1. So now the tool is what in the position, and the indicator will change to the blue color. So that means the tool is will working. So
yeah. Yeah, so if you can see from the Assembly Scout here, the ring here is showing that the tool is now currently in the position. So when we start the tightening, the tool, after we finish the tightening, it will change to green and it will move to the next position. Yep.
So now we move to the point number 3. In case we out of the position, the tool cannot work. So I will try on the point number 3. And as everyone can see, when the tool is not in the position, the indicator will change to the blue color. To guide your operator, now its tool is on the right position. And at the same time, we can see the laser guidance as well on the assembly point.
As Paul is doing the tightening here, it's actually, there's a 3-step of error-proof control. The first one is the operator guidance in our Assembly Scout software here. So, and then the second one is the laser guidance to reflect, to project the laser in the parts. And the third one will be the Nexonar positioning camera system, which will sense the position of the tool. So I believe if this all 3 error-proof step level, 3 Pokayoke, we can say it, the error will be so minimal. Yeah.
Yes. And also, after we finish, we can set the laser guidance to mark on the every screw that we already have complete for the tightening. So as everyone can see, now we are marking on the head of the screw by checking on the every point. So we can check and confirm the tightening screw was done for the tightening already.
Yeah, also as you can see, when he's doing the tightening, all the data is actually being captured live to the control system, which is the Connect Smart Hub here. And we have one more box to go.
So that is really easy to your operator to speed up your work because they don't want to thinking how is the next step and what is the sequence for the tightening.
So imagine if you have new products coming in, a new model, a new facelift. So we don't need to spend time to train the operator because we can just do the programming to set which are the parts that you need to tighten. It is a force sequence. Okay, so basically we already done a brief demonstration about our Nexonar. It's just a part of the Nexonar positioning system. So now we would like to take some scenario or example in the real life. So Paul, so now we can see that the parts is considered small. And why is it small? Is because one camera can cover the whole working area. So what if in the application where the parts is very big, how do we customize? How do we solve it?
Okay, that is a very good question. So in case you have the big application or you have the compact application, so we can bring the system by we are using the camera, use the camera to integration in the Nexonar system. So the one camera can support until 24 tracker. So
that's a lot.
That means if we have a big part or we have the compact part, so we can use a lot of the camera to install in the each position and the integration in the system.
Yeah. Okay. So and then in second scenario, I'd like to ask you, Paul, what if these parts? Okay, now we are using one tools, maybe because the top requirement is the same across the parts. But what if we need two different tools in one location? How do we solve it?
Okay, in this case, so we can create the different scenario and also the customize the working sequence in the Assembly Scout program.
Okay.
So for the Assembly Scout program, we'll customize your working step. So we can add with the different tool top, and also we can integration for the operator to work in the same application. So as everyone can see in the slide, so we integrate the tool with the 7 tool and the 3 operator. And also we have the laser guidance to guide your operator because the Nexonar system will detect your tool in the right position. In case the tool is was out of the position, the tool will not workable, and your operator can see the right from the tool indicator as well.
Yeah, so we can tell that every customized solution, every challenge that you guys have, you can just consult us as we can come up with many customized solutions. So actually, we already come to the end of our online webinar. So is there any questions from the audience? Can we look at the chat box? Yeah. So I think, yeah, if you have any question, you can just type in your questions here, or you can contact us for further question. So I think they are very, maybe very impressed with Nexonar until you guys don't know what to ask, right? So maybe I will ask Paul here and one question. So can I know, Paul, what is the distance of the camera it can cover?
Oh, this is a good question. Actually, this camera, we can installation from the working space up to the 5 meter. But in case you have the limits of the working area or your working factory, so we can change and customize the camera. So it will depend on the length, size, and also we will customize by application. We will customize by the length from the working page. So we will select the right camera. It will be fit with your application and your working page.
Yep, that's very good. I think if you guys don't have any more questions, so we would like to, we would like to keep in touch. We would like to contact. We would like to do some demo or some trials in your site, so you can easily scan the barcode here and contact us for any further question. We can come anywhere across the Southeast Asia region. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.